Okay, Sonny Shock is here today at the Underworld. We play from Fuzz a Smile.
That's right.
Waiting for the gig tonight with Crazy Lixx. How are you doing, guys? Welcome to London.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
So, how do you feel about this gig tonight?
It's awesome. We've actually been here before. I think we've played here like twice at the Underworld, and we love this place. It's always wacky and crazy, and a lot of crazy people shows up here, and I think we have our London fans are pretty more wild than they are in the rest of the world. So I really look forward to this night.
And you guys can do wild.
We have known to do some crazy shit throughout the years.
Yeah, I hear that your latest album has been recorded during your last tour, which was also known as the mayhem years.
The mayhem years, yeah. There was some mayhem, you know. We burned places down. We've lost band members in Canada and in Spain, and
have you found them?
Yeah, we found them again. Usually, I mean, it's been so crazy and wild. We just felt we had to get everything back together because we were really amocking. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with us, really, but I think this gang mentality is the glue that keeps us rocking, really. There's no limits.
Yeah, during these years of mayhem, you still managed to only cancel one show.
Which is amazing, really. It's
How do you make it work? I mean, it is hard work.
We've been lost in the mountains in Slovenia. You know, we've been losing our bus in Bulgaria. We've been doing so much crazy things, and still we managed to play. Actually, right here in outside of London, from a gig on the way from Nottingham to Paris, we lost our trailer on the highway.
How did you lose your trailer?
It broke up in pieces. We have so much stuff, and the trailer is not built for carrying all the amount of shit we put in it. We just added more fires and more flames, more bullshit in there to make the show fucking explode, that it's become so heavy it just broke down, and we had to go to Paris, and we had to just collect the shit off the highway, put it in the bus. We had an opening band who was already in Paris. We called them, they were from Italy. We called them can we use your gear? What?
What are they called?
They were called Brandon, Ashley and the Silverbugs. Anyways, yes.
Got the trailer back. Brought everything over.
Went to Paris, and we had booked a thing that we were supposed to eat and party with the band Pain from Sweden, with this guy Peter Tecker, and the whole band is good friends of ours. We were supposed to party with them there. That got fucked up as well because Peter got so smashed he couldn't even play, and we partied without Pain, so they made it up to us. We played the day after in Barcelona. They had a day off. They took their bus to Barcelona to party with us again. Only this time we were fucked up, so they partied without us. So I think half our band was partying with them. I'm sorry for kicking your camera.
No worries.
I mean that.
Still alive.
Yeah.
Still running. So you missed one party.
We've missed parties from time to time, but we tend to never miss gigs. Gigs are what feeds us. That's life for us. You know, playing around, and without the gig, we don't get the booze and the food either. So we have to play. We have to play.
How do you keep the balance between partying and actually keeping that energy for the stage? Because I've seen bands that party hard and then they get on stage and they're falling apart. But I've seen your show, and you guys are really full of energy. You're completely there. You wouldn't have said you've been partying all night. Yeah.
Let me just set the record straight. This band, there's no drugs. The only drug we do is fucking alcohol. So we don't use any sort of whatever anymore, and I think that helps out a lot, because drugs tend to break you down until you fucking can't get out of bed. So there's been, I think, since all the fucking rehab and everything, I think we've just exploded and become better and better, and I think that's perhaps is the key. But then again, you know,
guys been clean? How long have you guys been clean of drugs?
The last guy is probably 2 years ago now.
So when I saw you playing, you were drug-free, because I think that was about a year ago.
Yeah. Since world domination, I think. Most of us has been.
Favorite drink then?
There's a lot of vodka, Red Bull going on. There are a lot of beer.
Yeah, the bombs?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do those. We will just drink anything that's fluid and goes down. Anything goes down easily in these guys.
Okay, so back to your album. Let's talk about this album. It
Yeah.
was quite recent. It came out in May.
In May in Scandinavia, and then I think June in the rest of Europe, and then the end of July, I believe, here in UK. And so we've seen a lot of reviews and reactions in the rest of Europe. I think in the UK it's still pretty new, and but it's been great because we did this album in tour buses and pubs and bars and hotel rooms and airports and airplanes. Everybody got their iPhones, and we've been recording demos and shit, and then everybody has a studio in their own house.
Does it reflect the way it's been recorded, you think?
Yeah, we've just recorded from time to time when we get an idea, and Ixan sends us riffs, and the rest of us we work around that when we have time, and we've been touring so much. We did the World Domination tour was 360 gigs. It's a lot of fucking touring.
Wow.
And it's been all over the world. So, yeah, when we finally found time to record in a studio, we booked a studio and we just recorded it in a couple of weeks. But then we've been post-producing, we've been doing it again, we've been tearing it down, doing it once again, and basically we did what W.A.S.P did with Hysteria, you know. We love it, but we have no record company who's on our ass about getting it out, so let's just change that little thing and that little thing, and then we just kept working that shit.
You've done different mixings,
Yeah.
and then you let the fans and friends choose which one was the best.
Yeah,
and
that
you came
was-
out with your own.
That was a pretty amazing thing for me, because I actually didn't even know that Phil, the drummer, and Y had been mixing one version of their own. We sent it out to big name mixing guys, and then we had a session where we were a bunch of, you know, the whole crew, a bunch of friends, girlfriends, and everyone was there, and also Y and Phil, who was the only ones who knew that they had done a mix of this special song. So we had huge names mixing this thing, and we were supposed to choose which mix we liked the best, and that was 10 different mixes of the same song. And we all said, okay, write your top 3. And there was one mix which was on everyone's top 3, and it was my number 1, mix number 5, and that mix number 5, when we saw the list of who had mixed what, I was shocked. Wow, that's great. Mixed within the band, it's awesome, can't be better.
I think no one can mix your own music like yourselves.
I think you're right. But you have to know how to do it, because you know, in a mix of an album, you have to separate every frequency. Every instrument needs their own separate frequency range. It's not an easy thing, and then you have to EQ them differently. I mean, perhaps there's 5 guitars on. They all have to have their own space and their own sound and and then the whole of it must be good together. It's difficult. It's really rocket science to do mixing. Playing rock and roll is easy shit. Do it. Mixing the shit is not easy.
Now that it worked out so well, are you thinking of just going for that with the next album, just getting mixed yourselves?
In my choice, absolutely. But if you ask Phil, who's been, you know, engineering and working that shit, he's been working so much, I think he would say no. But I mean, let another year go, and he'll
you rest.
he'll be thinking back on that. And
Okay, your video.
For the Welcome to the Freak Show song.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was directed by Lingo. It was
Yeah.
very.
The drummer of Nocturnal Rites.
Yeah. Why did you choose him to direct the video?
If you Google that guy, Uwe Lingvall, you Google that guy, you check YouTube, you check Uwe Lingvall, you'll see the most amazing videos, ever. And it's like, wow, he's great. And I've known the band Nocturnal Rites for years. I've known these guys 20 years, most of them. And I've known Uwe for many, many years, and we've had many a beer. And I know he did videos, but I never knew how awesome he was. And he was down in my house to do a video with another band, which is really good friends of mine, Meshuggah.
Yeah.
So he was at my house, and we had some beers, and he wanted to hear the songs, and I listened to the demos for the new Nocturnal Rites album, and he listened to our new album, and he said, that song, I would like to make a video for that song. And I'm like, what? I never thought about it. I want to make a video for that song. And I'm like, well, I don't think this band can afford you. He said, don't worry about it. And we started bouncing ideas. He sent me lists of shit he wanted. He wanted naked rats with red eyes. He wanted snakes, 2 meters long, boa constrictor, and everything he wanted, he specified pretty well. He wanted dancers and fire people and this and that. He wanted this fucking thing, torture mask, and people that would agree to be hauled up in hooks into the sky. Like, how the hell am I gonna find these people? But then again, I know everybody in Stockholm. I know people. The band knows people. We just called people and we got it all together. He came back a couple of weeks later, and we filmed the shit. And I fucking loved the result. I think it became awesome. It's actually filmed in the warehouse of our Fatal Smile's 5th member, Ola Frankie, who is MacGyver. He's the guy who runs the circus on the road, basically. Without Ola, there is no Fatal Smile on the road. We'll just be back home. Yeah, he's the guy who takes care of it. That's his huge garage. That's where we keep all the Fatal Smile stuff. Where the vehicles are, where the trailers are, where all the fucking pyro shit, where we keep all that. It's actually filmed in that building. In the middle of the woods, south of Stockholm.
Is there gonna be any other video coming from this album?
Yes, there is.
Oh, who's acting?
I'm not sure I can say that yet, but I'm not 100% sure it's decided. We've pretty much decided on one of the songs. And
when is it gonna be out then?
I think within like 2 months.
Okay.
And it's gonna be a freaker one as well. This one is gonna be, well, according to Yxan, it's gonna be freaker. And a lot of nudity. How the hell do you say that? Nudity. 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 Yeah, nudity. Nudity. There's going to be a lot of nudity, in this video. Well, at least some female nudity. Not sure. Perhaps the guys would like it though, don't you think?
They should do.
I'm getting a lot of these thumbs down from over here right now. Should turn the camera around.
More male nudity in videos.
Well, there may be some male nudity as well. I'm going to talk to the guitar player, and hopefully the bass player will show his dong.
Yeah, I think the female audience would be more.
Yeah, I think so.
happy with
We
that.
should actually show Ula's dong. That would be popular, I think.
Okay, we trust you.
Cheers to Frankie Dong.
Trust you on that one. How do you think the band has progressed from World Domination to the new album, songwriting wise?
I think there's more depth. The World Domination album is recorded basically, it's recorded live. We recorded it in 2 days. Michael Wagner mixed it. We just played it basically live. And this one is the opposite. We've done everything 10 times over. You know, there's lots of guitars, there's lots of things going on. We've added so much for Philip and Y to take off as you know, and then they've kept a lot of it. You can find stuff the 10th time you listen to it, you can find stuff that you've never heard before, some sounds and shit. I think it's more thought over, it's more thought through. Lyric wise, there's more double meanings and everything.
Is there any reference to something that actually happened on the road in that period, since it's been written in those years?
Yeah, there's the car crash, nailed to the wall, and then there's the there's a reference to the terrorism that's been. Well, of course, the last song on the album is the first ballad we've ever made. We've actually all hated ballads through the years, and we're older now, we like them, and we did a wonderful tour with Ronnie James Dio, which one of the greatest persons I've met in my life. And we did later that year, or some year later, we did a tour with Queensryche, and on the way home from that tour, actually on the ferry from Germany to Denmark, we came off the ferry and we got the word that they called us from Dio's management and told us that he was dead, and that was just brought us totally down. We were really saddened by it. And the day after, Ixon sent me an MP3 of a piano piece that he had made, and the same night I wrote some lyrics and I sang in my bedroom. I sang on the piano, and I sent it to Ixon at 4 in the morning, and with Ixon as Mr. Y, we call him Ixon. And I also sent it to Diana DeVille of Dio's management, and I said, we just did this. So Diana called me back and she said, hey, you gotta release this. I said, no, not as Fatal Smile. We wouldn't want to do that, because that's sort of couldn't be misinterpreted as some trying to get something off. Yeah, take advantage of the death of a great friend. And so they wanted it released. So we released it under the name of the foundation, the Cancer Foundation that Ronnie started. So the Cancer Foundation released the song as a piano version, but on this album there's a full-on metal ballad of the same song. So you can actually see, you can buy that one, the piano version, you can buy that one digitally these days. You can see it on YouTube as well. There's a little video there with the lyrics, and this version is on the album now with guitars and drums and everything.
As you played with Dio quite early in your career as a band, is there anything that he said ever to you that you still bring with you?
Many things. He actually told me in my face, and this is totally true. He hugged me and he says, you are the best band that has ever opened for me, and I've had thousands. And we're definitely going to work again. And I'm like, yeah, we're definitely going to work. And we have plans of working with the reunion of Black Sabbath to go with them, but that didn't happen. And then, of course, he became very ill.
Is there any advice that you got from him on something you needed to progress on?
Well, he's such a wise person, and he cares more about others than himself all the time, and he's always giving advice, always talking, you know. He would. I remember we played at a venue in the corridor with the dressing rooms. The dressing rooms were not big enough for us to all be in the same room. So, yeah, they're putting on some music in the back.
I think we should still get.
And so he said, hey, let's get all the furniture out on stage. Because the audience had gone. Everybody was out of the room. We got all the furniture out, and so we could sit and drink together and talk together. You know, that same night, some guys from Whitesnake came by because they were rehearsing in that town the same day. And I was like, wake me up, this is not happening. You know, the Dio band is just legends, all of them, and of course with Whitesnake it's the same. It's like amazing. These guys they're playing right now. I saw them as well in Sweden. That was...
After all the bands you've been touring with, is there any that will still leave you starstruck?
No. Every band we've toured with has, you know, they've all been people, nice persons, good guys. And you know, when you tour together, you eat breakfast together and lunch, and you have birthdays together, and you party together, and you get too drunk together, and you help each other, and you go on after parties and taxis together, and you get to know each other, you become brothers. A tour would put people together, you know.
But Blackie Lawless doesn't want to tour with you guys again.
No.
What have you done?
No, I don't think he will. We've toured with W.A.S.P 5 times, and actually he said he would never ever tour with us again.
Is he serious?
Yeah. You know, like the guitar player Douglas Blair of W.A.S.P, he comes visits me all the time. If he has some free time, he comes to my house, lay by the pool and relax for a couple of weeks. And he actually was at my house a month ago, and he's coming back in December. And he loves us. He thinks we're awesome. He has fun with us. But I think Blackie needs more structure. He needs a band that's gonna be there on time and not fuck up, and you know.
We should trust you by now. You always show up in the end.
We've never missed a gig, but we've had them nervous, and I don't know, he doesn't like us anymore.
It's a bit less party than you guys.
I think he's become sober. I think he's even Christian these days. Yeah, and we're fucked up every day, you know. He doesn't approve of that, I think.
What's the band you had the best parties with?
Lordi, I think. The Finnish band Lordi.
Yeah.
People from Finland, you know, people from Sweden, they drink a lot. People from Finland, they drink double. Ulla Frankie with Fatal Smile, he's from Finland. That will give you some explanation. But we've had a lot of fun with those guys. We went for 10 weeks with them. And there was just explosions all the time. But then, if we tour with Swedish bands, there's always going to be a lot of fun. A lot of drinking. But I think the funnest tour we've done, we haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
We've done amazing tours. Amazing tours. That has defined us as people. But we've got many tours to go. And we want you guys to come see us when we come to your fucking area. Come see us! Or I'll kick your ass.
Which we want to, but you had some dates cancelled in the UK, did you?
What?
There are some dates that you were supposed to do in the UK and they've been cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah? Are they going to be rearranged at some point?
I don't think so. There's no plan. But I know we're going to South Africa and India and Australia.
That's nice.
But I don't think there's any plan for UK in the short term now. But then again, I'm just a fucking singer. How do I know?
I guess a lot depends on how it goes tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if there's people on these shows, then perhaps we will find it compelling to come back.
Yes.
Cheers.
How are you gonna get us to know, since you normally like quite a big show, which at the Underworld probably you won't be able to do and use all your props and everything.
No, we're not allowed to use any of our props in UK. Period. You know, all the fires and the stunts and shit. We do them on the mainland, but we can't do them here.
Are you still gonna entertain us tonight then? Without props?
We have a lot of smoke. We have these up smoke machines. We have we're gonna blow some confetti, and I don't know what Ulla has brought with him, but I know there's not gonna be any fires or explosions tonight, which is too bad, really, because we like them fires. We feed on them. We're just gonna have to drink more.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, and thanks for having us, and thanks for coming to Underworld, and I hope to see you guys on the road one day, and have a chat with you guys, and have a couple of beers, and whatever. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, bye.